How's it? Morning. So, what's it like being an agent and being an agent at Leadhome? So, I want to chat a bit about that. Obviously, so at Leadhome we call traditional agents, well, traditional agencies because they do it the traditional way in, booking the appointments themselves, doing the viewings, not using a great amount of technology to facilitate their job. And some agents like it that way and some don't. When you're operating as an agent, you need to use technology nowadays to operate at scale. If you've got more than 20 properties as a traditional agent, then you're running around a lot. You're taking a lot of calls, you're taking a lot of inquiries, you're doing a lot of viewings, going back and forth, a lot of logistics, a lot of arranging done by that agent, and it can be quite tedious and tiresome. And we don't do it that way specifically at Leadhome, and it's one of the reasons that I joined Leadhome, is how we use technology to facilitate the agent's job, make the agent's lives easier. And so how do we do that, right? So we've got a couple of ways that we work. We've got our own CRM system that we built ourselves. Not me, our tech built that in Leadhome. And within the CRM, called Osmo, you upload your mandate, you upload all the details of the property, the photos are uploaded for you by our photography department. You can list and make your listing live from within Osmo. You can set seller availability. If you are doing the viewings as the agent on the property, you can set your availability on the calendar in Osmo. It syncs through to the Leadhome website so that buyers then can book viewings, or likewise the sellers set their availability on Bloom, and that syncs through to Osmo and shows on the Osmo calendar. All bookings are made through Osmo. That's valuation meetings and buyer viewings. Then you can set your listing live. You can adjust the price from within the Osmo. You can, and we have a buyer matching tool that matches buyers to properties. You can promote from within Osmo your listing to the matching buyers at a click of a button. Sends an email out to all of those matching buyers, and you can see the property performance within Osmo, how the property is doing on the market. And then we have an activity tab which just shows the general activity that's gone on through the lifetime of the listing. When setting your availability for seller intros, once a seller intro is booked in on the Osmo calendar, it syncs up with your Google Calendar, so you can see that meeting booked in on your calendar, syncing through to your phone or your laptop, whatever it might be. And that's one tool that we use very effectively. Then obviously we work a bit differently again. We don't do the viewings as agents. Yes, some agents do, and some properties require agents to do viewings. There we just charge a little bit more. So that means that you can operate you can operate at scale. So in other words, to run with I used to run with 90. I think I had 105 properties at one stage, running with those very easily. Because I'm not doing the viewings on them, the buyers are booking in their appointments that sellers have set up their calendar. The buyers are booking the appointments themselves. We then also have a dedicated PA desk, property advisor desk, that handles all the inquiries. So as the agent, you don't have to handle those inquiries. The PAs handle the inquiries, that's buyer and seller, and then book through into the calendar on Osmo. Again, speaking to not doing the viewings, this enables you to run with far more properties than a traditional agent, because you're not handling inquiries, you're not handling viewings, you're not going back and forth to properties, you're not handling logistics. We then have a dedicated photography and post-sales department that once you get a mandate in, you load that up onto Osmo. Photography department arranges the photography with the seller, and that's all taken care of, so that you can then focus on getting your next mandate and focus on getting your sales across the line and giving sellers the best service. So as agents, we are focused on our sellers and our buyers and able to give them the best service, because we're not having to run around handling inquiries, handling viewings, doing logistics and admin. Yes, there's still admin involved, of course. You're a property agent, there's always going to be some admin involved. And then through to post-sales, once an offer has been accepted, you can then upload that offer onto Osmo, and you can track the timeline of the process on Osmo. Post-sales, the post-sales department handles the post-sales. So during the transfer process, they keep up to date and up to speed with the transfer attorneys to find out all the information that is needed. So again, as an agent, you are able to focus on bringing in your mandates, giving your properties and your listings the best input in order to get those properties sold. We then also use internal communications such as Slack. We are connected on Slack through to Kruger Incorporated, so we can get any information we need straight away. Any what might be termed as legal advice on a property, we've got somebody like Kruger Inc. helping us and on call for that. And I keep coming back to traditional versus Leadhome. So we're using technology a lot to facilitate our job, and I keep coming back to traditional agents versus Leadhome agents. So we're able to operate with more properties at a higher capacity and give our clients a better service, because we are focused on our listings and our sales. You also have so much automation happening in the background at Leadhome. From small things to your calendar syncing with Osmo, so when your meetings are, to viewing feedback coming through from a buyer. The buyers are prompted to leave viewing feedback after a viewing, and that feedback goes through to the seller whether they are interested or not, and the interested feedback comes through to the agent. So you can then, as soon as you get that viewing feedback in, you're able to get hold of the buyer and take it forward with that buyer. We have a and I used to be a traditional agent, and And I would say that, you know, we have a better quality of work-life balance, because we're not having to work late into the night. We're not having to work, you know, weekends. We're not doing show days. So you can have a much better quality of life as a Leadhome agent and a better work-life balance. And this was, you know, also quite important for me, having had 2 kids. They're still quite young, and having children and trying to be a property agent is a difficult task. I think in today's working world, having kids is quite difficult in any job. But you know, if you're having to work Saturdays and Sunday afternoons, etc., and you want family time as a traditional agent, that can be quite difficult, quite challenging. So yeah, going back to the automation, you know, you have to see it to believe it. You know, I think a lot of agencies talk a big game about tech and how they've got this and that and the next thing, but truly at Leadhome we've got that right, where the automation and what's happening in the background for you to make your job easier, it's all automated and it's all done. And of course, I know, you know, as a traditional agent, you know, some agents out there have, you know, like a PA that helps them, you know, bookings, and sometimes it's a show day, and, you know, maybe does a viewing for that agent, whatever it might be. But that comes out of that agent's commission, and that agent has to pay towards that PA, and that's not how we work at Leadhome. Our PAs are dedicated to the teams, and they are available from 7 in the morning in the weekdays to 8 at night, and then that's Monday to Friday, and then from 8 in the morning until 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. So they're handling those inquiries on weekends. You as the agent don't have to handle them. Again, speaks to the automation happening in the background. Viewings are being booked whilst you're you know, having some time off, and able to enjoy and have that work-life balance. So yeah, leadhome.co.za, you can apply. We've got a careers page there, you can apply if you want to. We're looking for agents nationally. Cape Towns. We're looking for agents nationally, and, you know, maybe, you know, Leadhome's not for every agent. Some like to remain traditional. Some like the old way. It's not me, but you know, it's really quite exciting working at Leadhome. Everything that is offered, and focusing on your properties and your sellers and buyers, and it really is quite exciting working there.